Welcome back, everyone. My name is 2.0, and my voice today is kind of a little, I guess, messed up. It's been pretty crazy the past 2 or 3 days. However, we got new events, so that means it's time to dive in, and it's a pretty large, pretty massive update. I do apologize. However, for logging in, you get one orb, which means that it's profit orbs. But anyways, Grey Dwarf's Blessing is still going on, which, again, it's interesting that it didn't line up with Heroic Scrolls. However, I totally understand why. The value packages might actually be a little bit worth it this week. But again, we'll jump into that later. They're kind of the same, yet if you purchase enough, then you get bonus rewards, which again, you'll see. That kind of ties to the Moonlight gift, so you kind of have to take that into consideration. However, profit orbs generally are the worst for gem, and there's nothing else tied to it. But again, you free-to-play players don't really care either way, so again, as always, it is just another thing that they throw in every single week. However, for those of you that do spend, you get a little extra goodies this week, but kind of the main event, which isn't even the main event, like, it really is not this week. It is Profit Orbs, and again, it's like, Horus, I think, is better than Morax. Not exactly, but again, he's more sought after, and Morax is just, again, he's alright. Sealand, sure, he's pretty good, but no one on my server runs it, and I've seen so many people run Horus. And again, Horus helps a lot in Sealand. So for those of you that only have 60 and need an extra Horus copy, I'd say this might not even be too bad. Orbs are not going to be part of Chinese New Year. So again, it's really up to you. Outside of that, again, you get all the goodies attached to it, light and dark. If you do complete it, you get Morax and 15 relics. But again, Morax is not, again, he's not popular. And I kind of see why. He takes a while to build up, and PvP, you don't really want that, at least for most heroes. And again, he's just kind of eh. And again, it's weird. Flora also, again, not amazing, but Heroic Miracle is a decent event. You get orbs, scrolls, gear, and usually a free elite hero, but I wouldn't consider Flora amazing. Sure, she's cool, and she's one of my favorites. However, I'm not going to tell you to go out and build her, because she's just not that good in the PvP meta, and even PvE, she's not fantastic. She can help in Sealand, but not really too much. But again, that's basically the main events, which are kind of lackluster. I mean, just looking at them, they're not phenomenal. And again, it's like, I don't know why they did it this week, but there is Moonlight Gift. For those of you who might want to spend, you can get extra goodies. You can get relics, which they give you a lot. What is that? 120, 150 relics. Again, you got to spend a lot, but you get all the way up to, let's see, it is Morax, so you can get really any one that you want. Non-light and dark for, what is that, 50 bucks, I think? Again, not really worth it in my book. You can do cards, though, like carnival cards, monthly cards, stuff of that nature. So you could stock up, but again, is it worth it to get one extra copy and 30 relics? That's really up to you to decide. The one cool thing is Forces is in here, which just kind of blows my mind a little bit. He's good for sure, don't get me wrong, but again, $100 for one copy. Sure, you're getting everything else, but it just doesn't seem worth it, in my opinion. And then standard price, $200, you get a material selection chest. However, the new artifact is not in there. So overall, they just kind of seem mediocre, even for like an off event which is kind of what this week is. Most people are just kind of waiting for Chinese New Year. But that covers up the main events. One cool thing, though, is check this out. Friends list, 30 of 50. So I will be accepting some of your friends, friend requests. There's so many people on there. But anyways, here's my ID code. Feel free, search me up, add me. I will add the first 10 people that can get back to it because I will need more hearts. But again, it's 20 more hearts every single day, which is awesome. But that barely scratches the surface. So Void, Arc, and Galactic Tree are open. Galactic Tree is where you kind of level up your monster, a different monster, a Void monster, and it kind of just gets you extra bonuses such as damage, buffs depending on the animal, which we will go into for sure. But again, I feel like that's going to take a long while to kind of dissect and jump into it. But you don't even guarantee a monster or pet every time. And again, these are the pets. We can totally jump into this because it'll probably take 20-30 minutes to get a super in-depth review on every single one of these and what's best for you. However, I will say that I think that it's really, really interesting. And again, I don't know. I haven't been able to test it. I got off work late, and just life has been crazy. So I'm even a little bit behind on normal. So just throwing that out there. But for the most part, this is an awesome, awesome thing. And I really, really enjoy just having the ability to get new stuff. But this is something you can do immediately. So you jump in here, and there's a lot going on initially. So many different screens. What do we do first? So the left side is kind of upgrades. And again, I jumped in just for 2 seconds. But basically, this is your production timer. And you get super resources from here. So again, this is the top one. Basically, it's the speed and production increase, which is pretty important. Based on exactly how this works, that might be beneficial. The middle one is stats, and the left side is PvP, I believe. The right side is PVE, which again, you'll face random people in there. So again, if you need buffs, definitely jump in on that. And then this, I'm a little bit confused again, but I think it's the cap heroes that you can send in there, potentially. Again, I don't really know how to word it, but we'll show you in a second. Again, it says 15, although I already threw someone in there. So, again, I could just be reading it wrong. However, that was my take. And then Central Hall is where you can buy more stuff. Which, again, you get resources from this specific game mode, and you kind of have to work through the tiers, it looks like. So you go first, second, third, fourth, so on and so forth. And again, you can get cores, you can get eggs, which are the monsters that we were talking about. You can get shards for Transcendence heroes, gold and spirit, which is pretty nice, honestly. That's, it's an extra way to get extra goodies. So anyways, we jump in here, and give me 2 seconds. So I already threw Russell in there. That way it's like, oh, I can start it, and I can just kind of see it. But again, we still have 15, and one crazy thing is Russell's enabled, so we get more resources. The higher the hero is from, 10, 11, 13, so on and so forth, if you want to say it like that, and then V1, V2, you get extra bonuses. And there's different planets that you can explore. And again, don't worry, if we're rushing through this, we will make dedicated videos kind of going in a day or two and explaining everything. But different places have different resources. As you could see, there's an egg here. This is different resources. And then it shows if you have a 6-star, you lose a ton of resources. If you have an E5 Void Enable hero, you get even more. So it kind of gives you motivation to push for that. I'm not going to read them all off, but at 10-star, it caps even. And then it just keeps going from there. So is it better to build one or multiple. And that's really up to you to decide. You can only set off 15 at the same time, I believe. Again, I could be wrong. I'm just checking this. But again, we'll throw this in here. And you can see this Sherlock is not void enabled. 50%, 50%, 400. This one is. And then it's even more. They're the same hero and everything. So I think that's interesting to note. And then Heart Watchers, you can see it's a little bit different. So on and so forth. So you kind of want to be like, if I'm going for this, then I want to max this area out. Because, again, some are for the pets, some are for resources and purchasing and stuff of that nature. So it should be pretty interesting. On top of that, you can find random people to fight in here. You can find random bosses in here. But the thing that doesn't make any sense, Russell took one of those C things on top. Ada did not, and neither did Forces. Hey, we got some random stuff. Not too bad. So I really don't know, entirely on the whole aspect of this. Because again, this is basically my first look. I threw Russell in 2 seconds before, didn't even check the events. And then I said, hey, you know what? We're just going to jump in and record it. But it's kind of crazy, honestly. There's so much to this that it can bring a lot of gameplay. We have 3 or more. What is that even? Please explore. Oh, okay. Fine, that's cool. There we go. So yeah, I'm super excited to kind of see where this goes and what it all has in store for us. What do you guys think? Are you guys excited? Are you not? Let me know, because again, I think it's kind of crazy. And again, there's so much to do. I'm still confused. I don't know what's best. However, in due time, we will kind of come back, probably in a day or two, like I said, and really just dive in and give you my full review. So if that's something you want to see, make sure to stay tuned and subscribe. It'll be here very, very soon. Again, I don't know what's best. I don't know who to throw in and what's all that. Pretty crazy stuff though, either way. So anyways, that really kind of wraps everything up. And if you guys have any questions, whoa, that was an egg. That was crazy. But anyways, if you guys have any questions, drop them down below. And as a community, we can probably answer a few. And if we can't, feel free to join the Discord. We might solve it later on. But anyways, guys, in the meantime, I hope you have a good one. Because this is going to be crazy. This is going to be a long one, for sure. So stay tuned for it. But anyways, any information does help. So I hope to see you guys active. Anyways, take care.